Hey, Jimmy Martin here, your real estate professional with Coldwell Banker, and today on Between Two Houses, we're going to talk to Dale Barker with Guaranteed Rate Affinity, and we're going to talk about a little bit about the real estate report going on here in the Columbia area, and we're going to talk a little bit about fishing because Dale's a big fisherman, Lake Murray, different places around. So, but the topic we're going to talk to you, Dale, about today is Tidewater. What exactly is Tidewater?
Well, Tidewater refers to an appraisal process with the VA. When the appraisal comes in, it's when the appraisal is going to come in short. Mm-hmm. A conventional or FHA appraiser appraises the property. Say a house is $200,000, and it comes in at $190 and it's short. You get that number, and he staked himself out. Mm-hmm. If that same house had a VA loan on it, it would be, and it was going to be short, the VA appraiser invokes what's called Tidewater, which started out of the Tidewater, Virginia area as a pilot project in 2003. If a VA appraiser invokes Tidewater, he's telling us that it's going to come in short. He does not put a value on it, but he just tells you it's short. You have 48 hours to provide more comps, provide more detail about the property. I have one right now where a roof was going on it. The appraiser was not aware that a roof was going to be going on it, so that could help a little bit.
So the roof was going to, the roof was old and it's going
to be replaced before the close, and so that was going to help, could potentially help as far as the depreciated value. So in that case, he did not know that. So that's another thing that could help get closer to the value. The only downside is you don't know if he's $5,000 or $50,000 off. So you just have to do your best effort. Now, very important, the buyer has to be the one that says, I want to do this, because the buyer is the one that's got to say, well, if the appraiser says it's worth this, maybe I don't want to go anymore. But with this environment we're in unprecedented times, that's not happening as much. So in the case, I have one right now that the appraiser invoked Tidewater. We put in our appeal. The buyer wanted to move forward with it, and it still came out short. So there's another level you can go through with the VA. It's out of that appraiser's hands at that point, and then we send that data and more data to the VA, and there's a person that's assigned a review, and that potentially could increase the value. I'm waiting on to get one back this week. So there's two shots at it. One, when the appraiser invokes Tidewater, and if it's still short, if so desired, we can appeal it to the VA, and the panel or person assigned to it will at least review the data to see, make sure the appraiser's work is fine.
And it sounds like you're very well versed in it. How long have you been doing mortgages?
I've been doing mortgage loans since about 2000. I've been in the lending business for 42 years in August. I've been a commercial lender, a consumer lender, so I've done all types. But for about 20 plus years, I've been in the mortgage business.
So you know the ins and outs of mortgages for different, for VA, conventional, FHA, even USDA.
That's correct.
Okay, so you do all those at Guaranteed Rate. So what's a good contact number for you?
My contact number, the best way to reach me is 803-318-0735. 803-318-0735. That's
good. We appreciate you talking about it. So, but I do want to go over and get your thoughts on this. The real estate report for what's going on in the Columbia area. Columbia area meaning Lexington, Richland, Lexington County, and those counties. And right now, there are 728 homes, single-family homes that are available. There are 90 condos. And this is the whole MLS. It's not just one area like the Northeast or Lexington or whatever. There are two farms. We're going to talk about that in a minute. There are 39 mobile homes. Does Guaranteed Rate?
We do mobile home loans.
Okay, mobile home loans.
They have to be detitled, and sometimes they can be detitled at the closing table, but they have to be what we call detitled and treated like a regular.
And that might be something we can talk about, on a later podcast and anything. So, two modular homes. Modular homes are they were built in a factory somewhere. And they come and they basically put them together on a flatbed truck. 18 patio homes and 32 townhomes. Now, there's a difference between patio homes and townhomes and anything. But let's go back to the farm. So there's 2 farms available. One is about right around $700,000 for this home, and it comes with about 50 acres. But the one I want to talk to you about comes with almost 500 acres, and it's right at $5 million. Got a couple of ponds on it, a couple of pastures. So if you're interested in that, give me a call, because I'll be more than happy to show that to you. But it's all the way in Cassette. If you know anything about Kershaw County, it's what they call a pretty good fur piece from here. So, but if you're looking for a farm or looking for a single family home, condo, or anything, just give me a call. And if you want to get pre-qualified, which is very, very important with any of these home loans, you got to be pre-qualified before we walk in the door, before I go and open the door for you. And the best way to do that is to be able to call Dale and say, hey, I work here, I've been here for 15 years, I got this much money coming in, I get this much money going out. Just how much you think I can borrow and be able to do it and everything, and they'll be more than happy to give you a pre-qualification or pre-approval, pre-qualification loan. How fast that process take?
Well, many times I've gotten called on a Saturday afternoon and they're ready to make an offer, and sometimes within an hour I can have a pre-qual letter out. Yes. And I pride myself on being able to pick up the phone on a Saturday afternoon, get the data in, make sure if it's a good-looking, clean file, we can get the pre-qual letter out then. So don't hesitate to call me 24/7.
In a normal bank, you can't do that unless you personally know someone there. If you're at a bank, you can't just pick up the phone on a weekend or after 5, because they're not there. They don't work unless you personally know the person. That's the good thing about having him. And if you, of course, you contact me, I'm gonna say, hey, you contact him and get this pre-approval. He can hook you up. So let's talk a little bit about fishing. So when's the last time you've been fishing?
Well, I had this past Saturday. I think some of you may know my father just passed away.
Okay.
And we went down to his farm place to celebrate his birthday, which my wife wanted to go ahead and say we're going to honor that. He's passed away 2 weeks ago. One of the caregivers during his time of sickness had 2 little boys that had never been fishing.
Okay.
And Nan's father had a little small pond, no bigger than a couple rooms really, but it's a nice little small pond. They had never been fishing. In a little over an hour, we were able to catch 21 brim and bass. Whoa, yeah. And they had never caught a fish in their life. And I'll tell anybody, take a kid fishing if you can. I mean, if you don't know a lot about it, find somebody that can. They love to do it. It's an activity that keeps them safe and keeps them having fun. So that's the last time.
Keeps them off their phone. It's actually physically doing something.
They learned how to cast. The littlest one was better than the older one, and so it was a good time, and it was really rewarding to see kids smile about catching fish.
Oh yeah. That's the way I started fishing. My uncle would take me and everything. Of course, it was boring to me, but as I got older, I really enjoyed it and everything. Now, what's the biggest fish you ever caught on Lake Murray? Now, I have heard stories that where the intake tubes there's some huge fish. And there's a guy in our office, and you've seen pictures of it too. He's not a big guy, but he's holding up fish almost as big as him. Now, those are stripers, which are striper bass, right?
Yeah, that's one of the main things I like to fish for. I've only caught one up to about 15 pounds, but they get up to about 40 pounds in Lake Murray.
That's good.
And they're bigger than that in other places. Catfish even get bigger than that. Some blue catfish up on Lake Murray could be 70 pounds or so. Ooh, so there's some big fish on Lake Murray. Right now, the striped bass fishing is really good. And looking at some YouTubes, that's how I fish a lot. I watch other people fish. Crappie fishing's good, brown. One thing I want to say, be safe out there on the water. Be careful on the lakes, particularly after about 2 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, because some people have had a little bit too much to drink sometimes. And just be safe out there. Too many things can happen too quick, but it's a fun way to enjoy yourself, whether it's boating, fishing, or whatever. It's a great way to enjoy yourself, but just be safe.
That's true. That's right. So if you have any more questions about loans, you can call Dale. Dale, what's your number again?
803-318-0735.
If you have any questions about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, give me a call at 803-238-7227. And thank you for watching this. And this is by Jimmy Martin Real Estate at Coldwell Banker. And this is between two houses. Thank you very much.